excited. Bone apple teeth. For those of you not familiar with our Florida weather, let me introduce you. Look, there's a little teeny one. It's hugging the sand.
Oh, it's further. Again?
It's close.
What is it though?
Excited. Okay, mission accomplished. This whole 24-hour trip has been worth it. Got exactly my goal the first hour I was here. And now we can head to camp and I'll explain more when we get there. This grin is not coming off for a while. Hi there, friends and adventurers. Heather here from Heather's Hikes and Adventures, and we are on an adventure again. That's right. I am finally healthy enough, knock on wood, to go for a quick adventure. We're going out for 24 hours into nature, and as you saw from the intro, this trip is already a success. So, I am at Fort De Soto right now. I did a quick little detour on the way based on some intel I had gotten on wild flamingos being sighted in the area. So I decided to see if I would luck out, and I did. I will go on record first. Hurricanes are bad. Nobody likes them. They're not a favorite thing for Floridians, but I will say every once in a while we are rewarded with a little treat, and a flamboyance of flamingos, that's what a group of flamingos is called, has blown in all over Florida. And if you've been following the news, there's even been some seen in like Ohio, Kentucky, I think, the Carolinas. So it's been kind of crazy having them pop up everywhere. Technically, flamingos are native to Florida. We actually used to have tons of them all over the state until they were hunted to almost extinction. But these particular flamingos have blown in from Hurricane Idalia from the Yucatan Peninsula. So, most of them are starting to kind of make their way back down south again, but there have been some stragglers up and down the west coast from the Panhandle and down on south into the Keys, where it's normal for them to still be, although still a rare sighting. So I've seen one wild flamingo in my entire life. That was at St. Mark's, and that was actually another one that was blown in from Hurricane Michael, I think. It's been there since like 2015 or maybe 2017, but it did blow in with one of the hurricanes, and it's stuck around and is thriving. And it was actually joined by some other wild flamingos just recently this month that were blown in from the storm. So hopefully Pinky, as he's affectionately called, or she, we're not sure, has now some family and friends that might stick around. But I digress, and I'm rambling already. I promise I'm not going to talk this much the rest of the video. But I'm just so excited. I honestly did not think I was going to get lucky and find any, since it has been a few weeks. And like I said, a lot of them are starting to make their way back south again. But I got lucky and I got to see 3, so we'll say it's a little flamboyant. I'm hoping to still see 1 or 2 here at Fort De Soto, but I think that the ones that had been seen here have already headed out, so we'll see. But either way, the pressure's off because this trip has already been a raging success. I will insert a few photos here. I already showed you a little bit, but I'll show you a few of my favorite photos here that I took. I didn't want to stress them out. I want them to stick around and decide they like it here, so I didn't get too close. I only used my telephoto to take photos. That sounded redundant. But anyways, and I didn't get too close. I didn't stick around too long. They didn't show any signs of stress or really acknowledging my existence. So after a little while, I headed back. I don't know if the video turned out. I was booking it to try to see the flamingos before the tide got any higher because I was kind of walking through the bay. I think that was the bay there. But anyways, as I was walking, some lady who was on her work break, who likes to go out there for a little morning walk every day or every week or so, she told me, by the way, a shark just swam up to me. And sure enough, a couple minutes later, a little, I think it was a hammerhead. It might have been a little bonnet head. I'm not sure. I didn't get a good look at the head, but it was maybe 3 or 4 feet. And it was hunting along the shallows right next to us, and it kept swimming up to just a few feet away from us. So I tried to get a little bit of video, but with the glare, I don't know if any of it came out to where you can really see well. I hope so. If so, I'm going to insert it here because that was an unexpected treat. Obviously, if it would have been like an 8 or a 10-foot shark or something, I would not have thought it was a treat. But this little guy was cute and was staying, you know, far enough away, and I was shallow enough to where I did not fear for my life. So I kept on walking to the flamingos. And then on the way back, I think I saw a ray, and then a lot of fish. So that was really a great way to start the morning and so needed. I have done nothing aside from my little mini trip to the cabin that you guys may or may not have seen. If not, I'll link it below. I haven't done anything except work, take care of the kiddos, and sit in bed. I've still just been a slug and had no energy, just pooped, achy, cranky, that my taste buds are back, my sense of smell is back, which may be a good or a bad thing depending, and I am feeling a little pep in my step, so I'm definitely going to take it easy. I'm not going to overdo it at all. I don't know why I had my shoulder up like that. That was weird. But I'm just going to kind of take 24 hours to relax. I'm channeling my Kenergy, and for the next day, my job is just beach. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm just going to hang out, relax, recuperate a little more, kind of recharge my batteries, and hopefully still see a bunch more birds and maybe some other cool stuff to share with you. So once I get to my campsite, I will show that to you as well, but I'm a little bit early. I've got a couple hours to go, so I think I'm just gonna wander and see what we can spot in the meantime. Oh, and I'm definitely gonna eat because I'm starving, so I'm gonna have my bag salad in a sec too. Looks like we made it. I am gonna go explore the park in a little bit, but not when the sun is so aggressive in the sky. I'm gonna give it until late afternoon, so I'm putting just the pop-up front one in for now, and I'll probably do these just to keep the heat out of the front for a bit. I was gonna bring my shade cloth, but I'm only here for one night, and since I'm gonna be leaving so much, I figured it would be more hassle than convenience, so hopefully I don't regret that. I do have decent shade cover. While I work on this salad, I am going to use my tripod as a TV stand and watch some YouTube. I'm gonna rehydrate with yet another seltzer, and then I'm gonna chug some actual regular water. You can see it's definitely better than it has been, but we're still not under 90 yet. We're working on it. We're working on it. I do have my fans going on medium for right now. I've got my Lucy light pulled off the dash. I'm gonna go put it out on the lantern hook in a minute. Wait till you see my view, y'all. See, Fred's chilling inside the visor with me today. He said he was too hot in the sun, so I brought him in. All right, I'd say I did a pretty good job with my salad. And look, just proof that my keeping cool methods work. It's dropped like 2 degrees in just the last maybe 15 minutes, and it's not even reached the high temp for the day yet. So having this open on each side and the back open, along with both of my fans, is definitely effective in keeping it cooler in here than it is outside. All right, let me show you around my site. It's 216, right near the restrooms. I'm kind of at an angle to get the most of the water view. You can see the pedestal for electric is there, and there's water, no sewer. Picnic table and grill. Check out my backyard. It's too mucky for me to go down there right now, but you can launch your kayak from this point if you have this site. And then it leads all the way down there, the seawall. No swimming though. I opted not to bring my clam tent this time. I just wanted a minimal setup since I'm only here for the night. And like a dingus, I got a new 5-gallon jug, and I forgot to bring my USB pump off the other one. Ugh, so annoyed with myself right now. But I've got my magic mesh set up on the sides. I had to go ahead and pause my YouTube. I was watching the new vlog by Beer and Beautiful Places. She's hiking the Appalachian Trail. You can see the view from out back. And then I went ahead and took off my 3rd row window cover that I normally keep up all the time because I wanted to be able to look at that from bed. And then you can see right out there. Not too shabby. In case you were wondering if the raccoons here at Fort De Soto are bold, it is 5:07 p.m. And that, my friends, is why they want you to not leave any food out and dispose of your trash properly, and why they have trash cans all over the campground here, because those raccoons do not care. It's all contactless parking pay here now. It used to be the gates were guarded here, but now you have to stop and get them. They have various pay stations all over the place, or you can do it via app, I think. I don't know. I'm camping here, so it's included for me with my license plate, but they do go around checking tags. So you make sure if you come here, you definitely want to pay for parking, or you will get a much more expensive ticket instead. We're getting ready to pass Bay Pier parking right now, which is where the historic Bay Pier used to be. I think that they're almost done replacing it now, but that is also where you would go for the dog park and the access to the dog beach if you have a pupperton that you want to bring. Wow, this was not all open before. The storm must have knocked out a bunch of trees. There's the Sunshine Skyway Bridge peeking through. Oh yeah, I would say that the view from my campsite is not too shabby. Alright, so I have cracked pepper and garlic smoked salmon, bagel chips, and cream cheese for dinner. Oh, and I'm going to pour a glass of blackberry lemonade in my wine glass. Don't judge me, I'm fancy. Alright, let's see how this is. Bone apple teeth. It's a spicy, but it's a tasty. I give it 1 thumbs up because my other hand's holding the phone. Otherwise, I would give it 2 thumbs up. Good morning. I decided to get creative and hang my Lucy light from my antenna last night, and it worked as the perfect night light and kept the rats that can sometimes visit this campsite away. For those of you not familiar with our Florida weather, let me introduce you. We're getting ready for a little September storm. While I was deciding whether or not to go back to the beach and photograph more birds, it started to storm because Florida. So I'm just gonna head out. I have to check out in an hour anyways, and I want to beat the traffic because I hate the traffic outside of this area. That whole St. Pete, Tampa, 275. Ugh. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last 24 hours. It was much needed. Much enjoyed, super exciting and eventful, and hopefully I did an okay job filming. My brain is still a little foggy, so I was getting very easily distracted. But I hope you enjoyed the flamingos. It's such a rarity here in Florida, and as much as I hate hurricane season and as much damage and destruction as it can do, it is nice to get a little gift, so to speak, from it every so often. In this case, it was the flamingos visiting. I don't know if I'll get another chance ever to see that again, so definitely an exciting time for me and a highlight for sure. And I will see you very soon. Make sure you're subscribed because holy cow, this place that I have coming up next is so cool. I think it's the coolest place that I've ever booked so far. And I'm really excited to show it to you. I hope it lives up to the hype because even though I try not to, I've built up quite a few expectations in my noggin. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you've got your notifications on because I think it's going to be really, really cool. And with that, I want to thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye, friends.